Just a minute. The 6 kg mass, we are doing collisions chapter. The 6 kg mass traveling at 2.5 meter per second collides head on with stationary 4 kg mass. After the collision, the 6 kg mass travels in its original direction with a speed of 1 meter per second. The final velocity of the 4 kg mass. So it is like this. There is a 6 kg mass, there is a 4 kg mass. 6 kg mass is going with 2.5 meter per second. 4 kg mass is at rest, 0 meters per second. So collision happened. Final state is this: 6 kg mass is going with 1 meter per second in the same direction. What is V2? So applying, this is a elastic collision. Applying law of conservation of momentum, initial momentum is equal to final momentum. So initial momentum means there are two bodies, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So u1 is given as 2.5 meter per second, v1 is 1 meter per second. This is the first body and this is the second body. So 6 into 2.5 plus 4 into 0 is equal to 6 into 1. This is the final speed plus 4 into v2. So this is 0, this is 15, 6 plus 4 v2, 15 minus 6, 9 is equal to 4 v2, v2 is equal to 2.25. So this option is correct. A body of mass 10 kg moving with a velocity of 5 meter per second hits a body of 1 gram at rest. Okay, this is 10 kg, this is 1 gram. You can see that one mass is very big compared with the another mass. 10 kg means 10,000 grams. So 10,000 grams when compared with 1 gram is very big. The velocity of the second body after collision, assuming it to be perfectly elastic, it is like this: a big mass is hitting a small mass, the small mass is at rest. This case we have seen. So here m1 is equal to 10 kg, m2 is equal to 1 gram, u1 is equal to 5 meter per second, u2 is equal to 0. Yesterday we derived an expression v2 is equal to m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2 plus 2m1 by m1 plus m2 into v1. Okay, when you write v2, here u2 will come and here u1 will come. Okay, so here m1 is very big compared with m2. So when m1 is very big compared with m2, what happens is u2 is given as 0. So this term is becoming 0, right? Only the second term is left. So when m1 is very big compared with m2, in the denominator you can ignore m2. Okay, so this will become 2m1 by m1. So that means 2v1. So 2 into what is the speed? 2u1 is 5 meter per second. 2 into 5, 10 meter per second. This option is correct. A block of mass 1 kg moving with a speed of 4 meter per second collides with another block of mass 2 kg which is at rest. The lighter block comes to rest after collision. Okay, here 1 kg, 2 kg, they are comparable. You cannot ignore them. The loss in the kinetic energy of the system. Okay, so here it is given like this: m1 is given as 1 kg, m2 is given as 2 kg, u1 is 4 meter per second, u2 is 0, v1 is equal to 0. Okay, the collides with another block of mass m1 which is at rest. The lighter block comes to rest. Which is the lighter block? 1 kg is the lighter block. So v1 is equal to 0. We don't know what is v2, and we have to find loss in kinetic energy of the system. System means there are two blocks here. Okay, so first we will apply, because it is an elastic collision, it is given in the question that it is an elastic collision. Okay, another block of mass, the lighter block comes to rest after. We are taking this system as we are taking this whether it is elastic or inelastic, it is not mentioned here, but we can take this as in both the cases law of conservation of momentum is applicable. So this holds good. m1 u1 plus m2 u2 plus m1 v1 plus m2 v2. The data is here. So 1 into 4 plus 2 into 0 plus 1 into 0 plus 2 into V2. So here this is gone, 4 is equal to 2V2 or V2 is equal to 2 meter per second. So you have arrived at the final speed. Now we have to find the loss in kinetic energy. To find the loss in kinetic energy, we have to find initial kinetic energy. So for kinetic energy is half mv square. So initially you have two blocks. So half m1 u1 square. What is the velocity initially? 4 meter per second. For the second block, it is at rest. So this is the initial kinetic energy. Okay. So this is how much? Half into 1. M1 is 1 and u1 is 4. So you are getting 8 joules. Second one is 0 because u2 is equal to 0. Now we have to find final kinetic energy. In final kinetic energy, v1 is equal to 0. So half m1 v1 square, this term becomes 0. Plus half m2 v2 square. This term is half into m2. m2 is 2. And v2. v2 we have just worked out. It is 2. So half into 2 into 2 square. It is 4 joules. So this is the initial kinetic energy. This is the final kinetic energy. The loss is initial minus final energies. So it is 4 joules. So this option is correct. Marble going at a speed of 2 meter per second hits another marble of equal mass at rest. If the collision is perfectly elastic, then the velocity of the first marble after collision is. A marble is hitting another marble. That means both masses are same. Okay. Here, yeah, both masses are same. Okay. And the first marble is going at 2 meter per second. The second marble is at rest. u2 is equal to 0. u1 is equal to 2 meter per second. And in this question, he is asking you, if the collision is perfectly elastic, then the velocity of the first marble. Okay. So we have to find v1. v1 is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus 2 m2 by m1 plus m2 into u2. See, remember this, when you write v1, here un should come and other side u2 should come, and the first term will always be m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2. The second term will be, when you are putting suffix 2, you have to write 2m2 by m1 plus m2. See, u1 is equal to 0. See, u1 is not equal to 0, but both masses are same. m1 minus m2 will be 0 because they are both m. So this term is 0. Okay. For the second term, what happens is, it is 2m by m plus m. So it is 2m by 2m. So it is, both will cancel, u2 will be remaining. And what is u2? It is 0. So your answer is 0. Now this is mathematically. Now remember this condition, that when both masses are equal and one mass is at rest, another mass is moving. After collision, if the collision is elastic, the first mass will come to rest and the second mass will acquire the speed of the first mass. They will exchange the speeds. A massive ball moving with a speed v collides head-on with a fine ball. Fine ball means a small ball, having mass very much smaller than the mass of the first ball at rest. The collision is elastic, and then immediately after the impact, the second ball will move with a speed approximately equal to. So the situation is like this. There is a big mass and there is a small mass. The big mass is going with v meter per second. The small mass is at rest. Conceptually, yesterday we discussed that there will be, ये बड़े मास पे कोई इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा, वो v मीटर पर सेकंड स्पीड से जा रहा है, वो v स्पीड से ही जाएगा. बट छोटा मास, this small mass will be double the speed. Double which speed? The first mass. So it will be 2v meter per second. Let us say mathematically, we have to find v2. So v2 will be m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2. Why m1 minus m2? Why I have written like this? Because m1 is bigger here. Okay, into u2 plus 2m1 by m1 plus m2 into u1. So here initially u2 is at rest. So this term will become 0. The first term will become 0. In the second term, m1 is very big. Let us say m1 is 10 kg and m2 is 1 gram. So in denominator it will be 10 kg plus 1 gram. So you can ignore m2. So it will become 2m1 by m1. m1 cancel, it will become 2u1. What is u1? u1 is v meter per second. So it is 2v meter per second. So this is mathematically, this is conceptually. Okay, you should remember either of the ways. Okay, let's move to the next question. A body of mass 5 kg moving with a speed of 3 meter per second collides head on with the body of mass 3 kg moving in the opposite direction. Okay, it's given here opposite direction at a speed of 2 meter per second. The first body stops after the collision, the final velocity of the second body. If you see the options, minus is also there. So this is a level 2 question. So here you should properly put the direction while framing the equations. Okay, so yeah, see, there is a 5 kg mass, it is moving with 3 meter per second. There is a 3 kg mass, it is moving with 2 meter per second, both facing each other. If you consider this as positive x, then this will be negative. So when you are writing, and finally he says that the first body comes to rest and the second body is moving. Obviously, if this body is coming to rest, it must have bounced back, but we don't know. So this is the law of conservation of momentum, the equation we are writing. But while writing this equation, we have to be careful. See, momentum is a vector quantity. So if you consider towards right as positive, then m1 u1 will be positive. Plus m2 u2 you have to write. But here it is in the minus x direction. So here m2 minus m2 u2 you have to write. So this whole thing is initial momentum. This is final momentum. Final momentum m1 v1. This is anyway at rest, so it will come 0 only. And v2, let us say it is going in this direction. We are just assuming it. We don't know the final direction. So it is m2 v2. So m1 is 5, u1 is 3, 5 into 3, m2 is 3, u2 is 2, minus 3 into 2. So this becomes 15 minus 6. The first term is 0 because v1 is 0. It's given in the question. It comes to rest. The first body stops. Stops means v1 is equal to 0 plus 3v2. When you solve it, you are getting 3 meter per second and you are getting a positive sign. That means the assumed direction is correct and it is going in the towards right. So the option, this option is the right answer. A tennis ball bounces down a flight of stairs, striking each step in turn and rebounding to half of its height of the step. The coefficient of the restitution. See, it is like this. There is a ball, there is a stair. It fell from the top and it bounced back. Okay, so let us say the initial height was h1 and the final height was h2. h1 is the initial height, then h2 is the final height. Then E is given by the formula root over h2 by h1. In the question it is given that h1 is equal to h and h2 is equal to h by 2. It's mentioned. And rebounding to half of its height. So that means if this is h1 is some 10 meters, then h2 is 5 meters. So h2 is h by 2, h1 is h. So h and h will be cancelled. You are left with root over 1 by 2. So which is the answer. So you can remember this formula. So this option is the correct answer. This is a little higher level question. At high altitude, a body at rest explodes into two fragments of equal masses with one fragment receiving horizontal velocity of 10 meters per second. Time taken by the two radius vector connecting point of explosion to fragment to make 90 degrees. The situation is like this. There is a big bomb A. It has broken into two half pieces. One half piece has gone towards left and one half piece has gone towards right. Okay, both at horizontal speeds in opposite directions. Obviously they will take the path of a projectile. Now he says after what time, see, at every point, how do you find the velocity? You have to draw the tangent over there. So UB, let us call this as big mass is A and two masses are B and C. Both are equal masses, both are half of A. So he's asking you after what time UB and UC vectors will be perpendicular to each other. Okay, so this is a after what time UB and you see, because A is the originating point, it was a big mass which exploded into two. So this is a standard result. T is equal to root over u1 u2 by g. Okay, u1 u2 both are here 10, so it is root over 10 into 10, it is 10 by 10, it is 1. Okay, answer is 1 second. So this is a standard result. If anyone interested in how this result has come, you can personally message me. I will derive and explain you how why t is equal to root over u1 u2 by g. Okay, so we'll see some more concepts in the next class. With this, I would like to conclude today's session.